Hey folks, I bought this MotoMaster tire inflator a number of years ago and it's been working great. It has a digital display, that's the manual in French and English, and you hook it up to your battery in your car. And recently I tried working this thing and it would pump and then it would basically right away say that it was full and not charge or inflate the tire. And I was trying to figure out what was going on. Was it something in the pump or something with the connection? And I realized that this, when I was hooking it up to the tire, was actually not opening up the valve because it was essentially trying to inflate the tube. So when I hit inflate, it would inflate the tube in like a second, overpressure it, and then basically think that it's full and not keep going. And I tested it, I put my finger on it, and air was coming through. So I looked carefully at the nib here, and if you look very closely, you can see that only half of that nib is present. Okay, see, there's a little D there, and it's only half of the D. So I think what was happening is that little piece that's left in there is not enough to press on the valve stem, and therefore not opening the valve to the actual tire. Because otherwise I would also get some air leaking out. When I disconnected it, I would feel air coming out of here. Or at least this would be able to tell the pressure of the tire, because it usually will tell the pressure when you don't have it pumping and you just leave it sitting connected to the tire. It reads the inflation pressure of the tire through this. So I didn't want to buy another pump. It's expensive. And they don't sell these tubings necessarily easily. I don't know. I needed a quick connect chuck. I didn't know whether this would fit anything else out there. I'm not sure if that's a standard. So I thought, okay, you know what? Let me get a connector that goes onto here that does have the nib on the end. Unfortunately, most of them are double valved, so they'll have a valve on this end, and I needed one that didn't have a valve, and I needed something that was just basically going to screw into here, but have that thing corrected. And so I went online and I found this thing is probably the easiest thing to use. It's a few dollars. Essentially, it screws onto the end of this hose now. So I don't need, that piece is useless because there's no valve on this end. So it'll pump right through. And on this end, instead of having a regular screw-on connector, I have this one that just clips on and then you pinch it. And it basically is a quick connect. So if you run into a problem with your pump, it's a shame to have to buy another one just because of a little tiny hose connector issue. I would suggest picking up one of these inexpensive extensions, and your pump may be different, but this is standard and it connects easily to this. And now, you can continue using your pump. And even, at an advantage, I'll see if I like this quick connect style, but it's faster to use and hopefully it doesn't leak any air. I'm worried about over time the rubber eventually wearing off at the end here. But honestly, for the price of this thing, if I have to buy another one every few years, I don't mind, because obviously this one didn't last either. And that hose, this big hose, is a lot more expensive. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching and hope this helped you. Bye for now.